is S.O.U.L Celebrate Connect. Now, have you been to one of our events before? Have you seen our films being screened? And if so, have you ever wanted to submit your film? Well, if you do want to, submissions are now open. So have a look at Film Freeway, and the link is down below, and submit your film now. Hello and welcome to the lovely Candice and Lio. Hello and welcome back to S.O.U.L Celebrate Connect, and tell us a little bit more about your film that you submitted and it got selected to be screened here today.
Yes, it's really exciting. Just to say, nice to see you again, Cindy, because I saw you this time. Was it last year?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like, yeah, time flies. So my film was Once an Old Lady Sat on My Chest, the world's longest title.
But I understood why, and it fitted well.
Thank you, thank you. So yeah, I submitted it and I got selected, and I'm back here again. I love S.O.U.L, so yeah, it's great to be here with my fab actress Leo as well. Yeah.
Can I ask you actually, before you talk about the film, what is it like being selected? Because obviously there's hundreds of films that have been submitted. How does it feel?
It's brilliant. I mean, I always say this, what Iyare has achieved and done with S.O.U.L Connect is absolutely fantastic. Diverse filmmakers, diverse projects, and when you finish screening, having a networking time to get a few drinks, meet other filmmakers, it's brilliant. So it's a real honor to be selected, and I always have a great time. Free wine, you can't go wrong with that.
You can't, can you? And what was it like seeing yourself up there in the screening today?
I won't lie, it's a bit cringy at times. You go, ooh, but actually no, I think the bigger message of the film I felt resonated with the audience, and I think that I think is the main objective. And it was nice that even though it felt like we were kind of playing it straight, but it was nice that it was received well by the audience. Yeah.
Well, you want that, don't you? Yeah. And it worked. So tell us a little bit more about the film itself, if you can, Candice.
Yeah, so Once an Old Lady Sat on My Chest is a magical realism piece that looks at a young British girl called Uju who's struggling with her identity. She's trying to get work, she's not getting a job, and so she decides to change her name. On the night of her name change, a strange old lady makes her way into her bedroom, and it makes Uju confront her issues around identity. And yeah, I don't want to give too much away apart from that.
Beautifully made, beautifully made. And what made you get the idea to do this?
It was a personal thing, actually. I lost my grandma not too long before I made the film in 2016. I'm British Nigerian, and I actually went back to Nigeria for the funeral, and it was interesting reconnecting with the culture again and kind of understanding the roots of my name, the roots of the culture. Also, just being Black British or a British ethnic minority, there's so much issues and so many issues around identity and belonging, and I feel that names can form such a strong part of who we are, and very often when you're African there's a sense of like we need to assimilate, let's get an English sounding name. The actress Uzo Aduba, I hope I'm saying it right because she's Igbo like me. But she was in Black is the New Orange is the New Black, right? And she made a statement when she was younger. She was an American. She really wanted to get an English sounding name. She was embarrassed by her name. And she said to her mum, I need to get, I want to have an English sounding name. And her mum said to her, if the kids in school can say Tchaikovsky or any other Russian name, they can say your African name. And I think it's that thing of owning who you are through your name.
I want to clap, but I've got this mic in my hand right now. But that's so true. That's bang on.
Yeah, it is. And I just think the more people realise that. I mean, I think at the moment there's a real reawakening in sense of belonging and owning up to it. Things like Black Panther, which showed you can be African and have this sense of pride. You can have, really kind of African sounding names and own up to it. There's a real kind of burgeoning, I think, of owning up to your identity, And it's not just Africans, wherever you're from, just accepting your name and who you are. It's important.
So what was it like for you as well? I mean, with regards to, the naming and everything and what it means to you, what's your view on that?
Well, I think with regards to the name, I mean, my name myself is short for Olufunmilayo, so I completely not only understand it, but I think it's one of the last almost traits of I don't want to say racism, but I think identity that isn't really talked about, and we forget that it is a painful subject, and it is something that and maybe that's why it hasn't been tackled you know. But I do feel like I co-sign to it. I completely feel like it's part of your identity, whether we like it or not. And actually, you know, changing your name doesn't actually make anything better, which I think is the best message to give. You know, be yourself.
Be yourself, exactly. And thank you very much, ladies. It's been lovely speaking to you, and we really enjoyed your film.
Thanks,
Come back.
Debbie. Definitely.